Go. Hey, Phaki.
Cynthia.
Hey, everyone.
Hey everybody. So today we're talking about reprogramming our brains.
Yeah, because everything is
And
talking about beliefs and reprogramming, and you see all these programs now on the internet, and
uh,
everybody's trying to
well, just a
rewire
lot.
their brains.
There's a lot. Yeah, there's a lot going on right now where um in pretty much different avenues, on TV, we have people coming forward talking about
Relationships,
escaping cults,
abuse,
abusive relationships,
business
narcissism,
relationships.
political parties that have kind of gone over from having political beliefs to a cult like
And this is all over the
community.
world. We're talking
And
about everything all over the
yes.
world, all religions. Like everybody
Mhm,
has different branches of different religions.
mhm. So we're talking about, really, we want to just do a tapping and talk about reprogramming our brain, because what what we were Cynthia was just saying to me recently, um, is so many times we feel like we're powerless, and um, that we can't really change things, and so we look for a group or person or relationship or a
Object.
identification of some sort to define us. And really, it's like what Marissa Peer says, or other people say, I am enough. You are enough. We are worthy. We are loved. So these are the things. It doesn't mean you can't have a belief system. Doesn't mean you can't follow a certain religion or go believe in a certain party, or political party, or have beliefs. But it's more to feel empowered and to know that we have the option to program our own brains.
Mhm.
And if we are in situations where we feel unsafe, we want the tools to know that we don't really need anything other than our own inner guidance and compass.
And
That's
intuition.
where
Yeah.
we and intuition, exactly, and intuition. And if we don't have our intuition, we can ask for help. Absolutely, ask our friends and family, ask higher powers, but we can also trust in our capabilities to overcome, because I think that's a big important thing when
And
I
we're
listen
and we're
to all of
equipped to
these, like, TV shows, casts.
we're equipped to adapt.
Mhm.
Our the human body and the human mind is like such an incredible, an amazing, like, just it's just it it can adapt to so many things, and we're capable of so much more than we ever could have imagined, because all of us have been conditioned
Absolutely.
throughout our lives, whether it be, like, Paki was just saying, whether it be a group or whatever, but we've all been conditioned because we all come here with a little bit of, like a clean slate, and our subconscious is just taking it all in. And, through the years, we were never told that, we were not taught that our subconscious is taking in all this, and that we were being programmed by TV and talk shows and soap operas and, music and our family and religion and work and, everything. We did not know, because if we would have known, I'm sure a lot of us would have probably done a lot of things differently.
Yeah. But is we can start rewriting the program and rewriting the
It's
stories,
never too
and
late.
and it's never too late. It's never too late. It's like the record, like, where you just, like, you're a DJ, right? Right, Cynthia?
I'm
Where
my
you just,
own
like, do
DJ.
like a
I'm
quick
my own
switch on
DJ.
the scratch.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And you say, hold on a
So
second.
we want to do that. and get in control and make choices that and do the things we want to do because we want to live that way, not because we think a higher person, we have to follow a group mind or something that is not worthy of us because we feel like we
Or
have to
and we're not, and
have
we don't
certain
have to live
beliefs.
in fear and scarcity, which is most of what these
Mhm.
organizations, or whatever it be, whatever kind of organization it is, it could be anything, it could be a workplace like we
Yes.
said, but it's like, it's, we can think for ourselves, and we can create our own beliefs, the beliefs that are healthy for us and that are healthy for our life and our journey, you know we don't have to live by other people's
I just
beliefs.
want to say, oh, and one thing I think, because I'm not talking about one specific cult or group, but I think one thing I notice is that with these groups, they always try to tell you that you're powerless, and then they also try to really villainize the outsiders and villainize, and I think that I'm seeing that much
And
more
it's you
common that
against
we,
them. It's like,
if
whenever they say
it's
that
you
it's
again, it's
you
us again.
against,
Yes.
yeah, that is a big red flag, everyone, because that is
Mhm.
exactly the way that mind control starts. It's like, when we
Yes.
consistently say it's us against the world, or it's, they put fear, they're doing it to rev you up, like to get you fired up and get you like
Mhm.
living in scarcity and fear. So
And it's
anyways,
yes, and also just so you know, my belief is that we all have the skills to save ourselves, and we're guides. Like I consider myself a healer and a guide. I don't consider myself a savior or a rescuer because that again is a power trip where we're saying you're powerless and we have power. No,
yeah,
you have the power to heal yourself. And
right.
that's the only way any of these tools we're sharing actually work is if you use them. And there are many different, you have to find what's right for you. It's like soup, and we put a lot of things in a lot of, sometimes people don't like carrots, or some people do love carrots, so whatever works for you.
Yep. I mean, I feel that, the same way. I was just going to share something earlier and I'm like, whoop, it went over my head. Can't remember it now. But no, I was just
So
thinking
do you want
that,
to start tapping?
yeah, sure.
Okay. Or what were you thinking?
I was hoping that it would, because we were talking about what you were talking about earlier, and then I was just like, I just went blank. So it's okay if I think about it. I'll bring it up when we're either tapping or when we're
Okay.
chatting. So,
We both got a little carried away with this topic, I think,
mhm.
of
Yeah,
being empowered. And because I see it right now on a lot of different fronts that people are,
oh, I
like
know what I was gonna say.
groupthink.
I know
And
what I was gonna say.
mhm,
So I was gonna say that, how I feel about, when, like what you were sharing earlier, like putting anybody too far up on a pedestal. I usually run
exactly.
from place, whenever I mean, I've literally, moved, I've literally went to another country, and with like working with nonprofit groups, and if I get a vibe, or I see that someone is having that kind of behavior, um I run for the hills, and I'm just like, I can't work with people like that. So
Mm.
I steer very clear of those kind of organizations or groups, or whether they're small or big, or even corporate, you
Yeah.
know
Yeah. So there are people who are really charismatic, and And, and this is again narcissism too. And so one thing is people are people, they have faults, they have strengths. And right now, unfortunately, in our society, we are tending to either put people up on a pedestal or scapegoat them like they're the worst, most evil thing ever. And
Everybody's
that's
become a
not really
judge.
usually the case.
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody's become a judge, and then we want an angel or a devil. And maybe we're all a little bit of all of it, or maybe we're somewhere in the middle. I do like thinking that we're all trying to do the best we can with what we've got. Um, but yeah, I think it's good to be cautious of really people who sell themselves as a savior,
Hmm.
because then sometimes we find ourselves caught up in things that we don't really want to do or be. You always have the power.
Yeah, and at this point, in our lives, and this point with, this past year, I would think that, most people would want to do everything that we can while we have this time, where we're forced kind of, to really take a look at ourselves, to do that. We've got this opportunity to do so much work on ourselves, and it's like, you know what? Let's do some rewiring. Let's do some deleting. Let's do some,
Exactly.
reorganizing, and clear this stuff out once and for all, and then learn how to handle it in the future, where we don't have to keep doing these same patterns and this cycles and these same situations reoccurring. And so this is the perfect time for us to do this.
Yeah. And also, never want to victim blame, but I do think that sometimes we're looking for someone to guide us because we don't want to be the one to do the work. We're wanting,
You don't want to be
sometimes we're looking
accountable.
for the easy way out.
Mhm.
Yeah. So it's out feeling empowered, being willing in the moment to just say, I'm ready to step up to the plate and I'm ready to rescue myself.
Mhm.
I'm ready to be there for myself.
And to be accountable.
Mhm. I'm ready to be accountable.
Take charge of my
Yeah.
healing.
I'm ready to look in the mirror. Yes. Take charge of my healing. That's a
And
really big one, Cynthia.
yes.
I'm ready to take charge of my healing. That's so beautiful.
Yay.
Yeah.
I know that's one of the reasons why I wore
I think that's,
blue.
well, I think um, this is what we've been working on together is we're looking for people who are ready to step up and take charge of their healing.
Mhm.
So just wow, amazing
Yeah, I'm ready, Freddie.
for women. Yes.
And I wore blue today because blue is very cool and calming. And the other day I was walking, and I was doing like a walking meditation with my energy centers and my chakras. But I was doing a healing meditation by Marissa Peer, and she said, think of a color, and you do the little, the energy cyclone thing in the body. And I was like, blue. And I kept seeing blue and blue, and it was like an indigo blue, and all this. And then all of a sudden I looked down, and there's these blue stripes that were painted on the grass, and I'd never seen that color before. And it was painted on the grass. I wasn't even on a sidewalk. I wasn't in the city. I was out in the country. And all of a sudden I was thinking of blue, and then I see the color, like this shirt, blue paint sprayed in lines. Obviously they were going to do cut in the ground, but it was so crazy how it came at the same. It was wild. I was like, how in the,
Synchronicities.
it was like, so I picked this color and I'm like, this color is something, for me, I think it's cooling and calming for my heart for right now.
Yes.
It's like
Oh,
a
that's
cool, calm water.
amazing.
Yeah. So whenever I get, during the holidays and my heart gets a little, and I want to put my heart wall up, I just think of my blue and the coolness of the blue, just, bringing down the wall, cooling it down a little bit.
Um, yeah, and there's a lot of energy. I mean, I think a lot of people have been talking about solstice, this great conjunction, and all of the other wonderful things going on out there. But I think it's time more than anything, whatever you've been reading and believe, I think it's time for us as people to step up and do exactly what Cynthia said, which is step up and be accountable for our own healing and really, you know, just put that big heart forward and reach out with hearts and
And spread joy.
not put people up on pedestals. Yeah, spread joy, not demonize people. If you find yourself wanting to demonize someone, you might not like their actions, but
Just take
you
a
don't
step
need to
back.
make them
Yeah.
into,
Well, I would say
yes,
just
take a
take a
step
step back
back.
and then just visualize, what they could be going through in that moment. Like, maybe
Mhm.
they just got a call from somebody and, they had, maybe they're having a really difficult time or, just it gives us a time. And when we step back for just a moment, we just hold our breath or take a deep breath and then just sit there for a second and say, wait a minute, like, let me think for a second here. They are going through a lot too. We're all going through stuff, you know?
Exactly. And it can be the change that we want to see, as much as that
Mhm.
sounds cheesy. I believe it. And we can, again, we don't have to put people up on a pedestal because we're taking charge of our healing. And we can really, as people, level up as healers.
And there's power in numbers of, love and unity. You can make more thing, much more happen by, love and unity and connection. So, you know, that's what we need to concentrate on, healing ourselves and being kind, and really working on being thankful and grateful for what we do have in this very moment. So I do that all the
Absolutely.
time. I have to. It keeps me joyful, joyful, joyful.
Yay. Oh, wow. Thank you so much, Cynthia. That was really, like, really great. You just like lifted my mood. So that was wonderful.
Well, yay, you lift my mood all the time. So everyone, we've got a lot of projects coming up. We have a podcast that we're going to launch in January, and we have some projects coming up in February, really big projects, but we're not going to talk about those just yet. And then you can definitely comment below, subscribe to our channels. You can join us at Empowering Wellness at Home, our Facebook group. And I think I covered anything else in this very moment that you need to share.
Yes, and we'll have links. Synchronicity Sisters, our podcast, will be coming out in the first week of January. So we'll have information and links and everything else out there too. And we're so really excited to share stuff with you. So thank you so much.
Yes, and thank you. And we're going to have a couple more tap alongs before the end of the year. So just
Yes.
hang tight. And in the meantime, until our next video, just keep tapping.
Bye.